Welcome to We're Not the Same. I'm Brian here with my beautiful wife, Katie, and today we have an exciting episode with your input. We had some submissions on assumptions about us, so I'm super excited to get into this episode.
All right, let's dive in. All right, today's episode is a little bit more lighthearted, I feel like, than our usual topics. So there's this trend that I've seen of people doing these assumptions about me where you ask your followers to tell their assumptions about you and then we say whether they're true or false. So
I love it.
I think we must represent ourselves pretty well because we didn't get too many assumptions, but quite a few. So we'll talk through them. And Brian hasn't seen them at all. I obviously have seen them because I asked on my Instagram. Yeah. So the first one is you never have cheat meals.
Oh, I wish that were true.
Yep. Not true.
No, we definitely have cheat meals, but I will say, so our cheat meals
don't though.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, I think
the
in
rest
my
of
mind,
us do.
Yeah, I think in my mind, when I think cheat meal, I think like not eating 100% perfect at home with like all the right ingredients.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we do go out, like I make sure I'm still gluten and dairy free, so I don't cheat on those. And then what I guess really what I cheat on is the seed oils, because there's things out there that everything's made with seed oils, except there's a place called Fresh Kitchen that they use all olive oil in their food. So when we go there, it's pretty much as good as you can get.
It's not really cheat meal. Yeah, I mean, it's like we're eating a hamburger that's not grass-fed and organic.
That's the cheating. Yeah. Like we'll go to, there's a great hack.
I still eat whatever I want. If we go out to a restaurant and, I mean, there's some things that I just can't eat anymore because I know they'll make me feel terrible. Like I can't just go out and get ice cream anymore. I can't, get a milkshake anymore.
Twisty treat. You remember
all
that?
Those treats. Yeah. Like anything that's like a treat, I can't do that anymore because it's not worth it to me. But in terms of meals, I eat French fries and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I'll say that's my main, I don't know, downfall. But when we go out, I'll have like fries, which again, it's the seed oils, which is not great.
Sometimes though, you're able to get a sweet potato or
and I mean
fruit as a side, like little things like that.
Yeah, and you don't have to, I think we've talked about this before, but you can go and get meat and things for relatively cheap. Like if you go to McDonald's, you're able to order the 1/4 pound patties on a plate, is what I say. Can I get 2 1/4 pound patties on a plate, please? Have to be very specific because the folks at McDonald's have no idea what that means.
Yeah, most people aren't ordering that.
Yeah, they try to order me like an actual like 1/4 pounder without the bun, without the lettuce, without the thing, and that's like $5 or whatever each. So
no, it's like $8. McDonald's is expensive now.
What in the heck?
Other than those patties.
Yeah. But if you guys do this, it's in the breakfast menu under like add-ons. Like I have to walk them through, like go to breakfast menu.
He literally knows he's like, let me just get back there and ring it up for you.
There's add-on where they could do just the 1/4 pound patties on a plate. And I swear it is literally between $1.30 and $1.60 per patty. Like that just varies on like which McDonald's you go to. But you can get 2 patties for like $3, and then you can use the coupon for like 20, usually 10 to 20% off. So you can eat really cheap.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, again, that's kind of cheating because it's not 100% grass-fed and finished, but it's still better than don't eat the bun, which you do and the girls do. But
what I've gotten in the habit of doing though is at least taking off half the bun.
Yes, that's
so I cut it in half. It's better than nothing. And then the girls don't eat the fries. Georgia doesn't because they have dairy. Avery doesn't because she just doesn't like fries. It's kind of funny. So they both get like the apple slices, which again, it's like these highly processed apple slices with no peel. They're obviously not organic, so it's not the best, but it's better than the fries. And I still eat the fries. So
I think we just value, I think Katie and I have always had like going out as something that we've enjoyed doing and getting out of the house.
And me even more so than you. Like,
yes.
I grew up as that was like our special thing as a family was eating out.
Yeah. So we've continued to do that, but it's not all the time. But that would be our cheat.
Well, what I realized recently, I told you this, is like people say they live by the 80-20 rule, right? So
yes.
You're on 80% of the time, and then you can slide a little bit the 20% of the time. So for us, in our home, everything is perfect. Like, we just don't buy things that are bad to
no
have
dyes, no seed oils
in the home. Well, dyes, we do not have dyes.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. We don't have dyes.
But even when we're out, like I won't buy things that have dye in it, even when we're out.
Yeah.
That's like, I won't do that one.
No, there's many things. I think like you were saying, like the ice cream and stuff with the carrageenan. Like there's just some things you just know.
Yeah, like soft
so
serve.
bad.
Don't ever get soft serve. That is so terrible for you. If you have to get ice cream when you're out, get like a hand scooped ice cream. And even that, might not be the best. But anyways, so that's my 80-20 rule of like at home, we eat every breakfast here, most lunch, and during the week, most dinners.
And we've got an episode coming up where we're going to go into specifics about like what our meal is, like what we do at home, like what does our breakfast look like, what brands do we use, what, everything that we do on a regular basis to help kind of walk you through what those steps are and what we do.
So we definitely have cheat meals. I do, I guess, need to be better about showing that online because I feel like I don't really show up, but I show us out and about. So like if we're out and about, there are times where we bring food, but even sometimes we bring food and then, you're still needing more food later on in the day. So if we're out and about, like we're obviously not having grass-fed steak and raw carrots.
Yeah. But I mean, to that point, we do bring stuff like we'll get again, it's not perfect, but there's like organic lunch meats. It's something different. And then like we'll do the Simply Mills crackers. So like kind of meats and crackers, and we'll bring fruit. So we have done that when we go to like the theme
I mean,
parks
I would
stuff.
say probably 8 times out of 10 we bring, if we're going to be out for the day,
like a planned day.
Yeah, like a planned day, like we're going to go to a theme park or something, then we always bring food. But I feel like we always still end up buying more because we just get hungry. So next one, it was harder for you to go healthy over your hubby. I would say yes.
Yes.
I would say absolutely.
Still is.
Yes. Yeah. Like we both went hardcore for a long time and we're very strict, and that wasn't sustainable for me.
I think there was a mental aspect of it, of like,
yeah.
Again, going back to maybe less about what the food was, but more of the experience and
I would love if there was a place that I could go, because what I love to do, how I unwind when I have time to myself, is I drive around and listen to podcasts. That's what I love to do. That's how I have a lot of this knowledge that I have. And so usually that includes, it's usually around dinner time because I have to wait till he gets home from work and be back before bedtime usually. So I go out for this little drive. I usually get my own dinner. Where can I go through drive-through, to get something? Because I don't want to go like, okay, Chipotle is not amazing, but let's just say Chipotle.
Well, Chipotle is actually one of the better places.
Well, it's better, but they still use seed oils and all that. So that's why I'm saying it's not the best. It's not actually healthy per se. But even if I get Chipotle, I don't want to go sit in a Chipotle by myself. And I don't want to sit in my car eating Chipotle. Like I want to drive around and eat a hamburger or French fries or chicken nuggets or whatever. So yeah, like that's what I like to do. And that brings me so much like stress relief. I come home like feeling like a new woman. And it's just like that has so much value too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like I could sit home and eat perfectly and be the most miserable, stressed out person, which I did have that experience. And like, it's not good. It's no way to live. So I don't know. This guy, nobody's like him. Literally. I don't know anybody like him. So he has like the strongest self-control I've ever seen.
And I'm still not perfect. Like but I'll catch myself after time. Like
pretty close.
Getting into like, I'll start using ketchup and then I'm like, I should stop using ketchup. And I swing back and forth.
You literally don't eat sugar. Like literally nobody on this planet does that.
Well, I try not to. I mean, it's very intentional.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty amazing.
Well, thanks. And that excludes all fruits, honey,
natural
like natural
sugars,
sugar, maple sugar,
I mean,
or maple syrup.
You don't even eat, or you try not to even eat like Simple Mills. We get those cookies that have, coconut sugar. No, there's no seed oils in those.
No. Okay.
You're thinking of the crackers.
Oh, the crackers have
the
sunflower
crackers
oil.
do have the sunflower oil, but the cookies and stuff don't. But you don't really even eat those.
Yeah.
You just don't have Well, that's the other thing. Like,
well,
you don't have the sweet cravings because you've been doing this for so long. Even when I start to be on a good kick for a while, I'm like, oh, I don't really have a sweet tooth anymore. And then usually it becomes like that time of the month, and then the sweet tooth comes back. So
a hormonal
you don't
sweet tooth.
have,
Yeah, we don't have that
working against you,
but it does. It like too is the point of the sweet tooth. Like once you finally cut it out enough, you do actually lose the drug of the sugar saying like you need this craving. And it comes back quickly.
Well, it's also because you have very balanced blood sugar, and like all those things play into sugar cravings. So yeah. Imagine that.
What's next?
Oh, this is kind of similar to the first one. You never eat any junk food. I mean, I would say we don't really eat junk food, because when I think of junk food, I think of like
chips, potato chips,
and getting takeout pizza and
we don't eat
all that kind of stuff. I mean, I do eat chips, but if I ever have chips in the house, I get either, what's the one brand, Siete?
Yeah, those are the tortilla.
Is it Siete?
I think so.
Or it's called like Mountain Head or something. I don't know what. Just forget about the brands. The point is that they're potatoes, avocado oil, and salt, and that's it. So no seed oils. That's what I usually. Other than that, we don't have chips. Yeah,
you can pretty much find. There's a lot of brands that have done better in the processed food space. Ultimately, you want to avoid processed foods because that's going to be your sugars and oils and all that. But if you need to have processed food or want to have chips or whatever, like there are good options out there. And that's going to be part of our...
And that's why I go to every grocery store every week because,
Sprouts
has the Mountain Head chips, and Publix has the certain pouches, and Walmart is where we get most of our stuff. And Whole Foods has certain... that's where we get our orange juice. Or it's just like, can one store just be perfect? Like open my own store with
your own grocery store?
Perfect ingredients.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
You get in a groove too. You just start to learn, and we make it part of our outings too. So like if we go out or want to go out to, whether we eat out or really just do a dinner at home and then we want to get out, we'll make it a trip with the girls to go grocery shopping.
Yeah. It's kind of like a fun, we're going to go to the grocery store. Woo! So exciting.
Time to go to Whole Foods. Hey, you got to make it fun.
So this one's interesting. You're done with Target now because of the satanic stuff. That's what did me in. And a little vomiting emoji.
Yeah, we've been done with Target for a while.
Yeah,
I have not stepped foot in a Target, which is, oh my gosh, Target. Man, we used to spend, you guys were the king and queens of Targets when we were dating. Like so many good deals.
It was a different time.
Knew where to look, all the end caps. Like
they used to have such, you could find actually really good stuff on clearance. Now, I mean.
Back when they used to have the red clearance stickers. Before the yellow, they went yellow. They're yellow now, right?
I literally don't know.
I'm pretty sure they were red back in the day. But
no, they definitely were red. I just don't know if they're still red.
Yeah. But man, it was awesome.
Yeah, I learned so many
cool things.
My answer might surprise you, which is I'm not done with Target now. I've been done with Target. So last year, I committed to not going to Target for the whole month of June because everyone's freaking out about.
Oh, that was last June.
This month. Or now this year, I mean, that was all there last year. Like, that's what's been so mind-blowing to me. Obviously, I'm happy for more people to see and wake up and understand. But that literally, exact same. The binders, the stuffing underwear, the tucking. They didn't have the tucking bathing suit. Yeah. I don't remember if people, or I didn't see anyone talk about it at least. But they had it, the baby onesies of Pride, like literally the exact same stuff last year, and only now this year everybody's freaking out about it. So it's kind of funny to watch.
It's good though. More people working.
Yeah. So I have only gone to Target a couple times in the year. Most of those times were for diapers because if they had a good diaper deal, like diapers are already so expensive. If I can get a deal, and then I would have the gift card, so then I would like go back and get diapers to spend the gift
margins
card.
on diapers probably aren't that good anyway, so you probably didn't actually give that much.
Yeah, I mean they're all like the same price everywhere. So anyways, I'm not gonna like hurt my family's finances just to boycott a store, because guess what? All the stores are bad. There literally is no good choice. But anyways, that's beside the point. And then one time for Avery's dance class, literally, so she has like her ballet and tap shoes, and I have never forgotten the ballet and tap shoes except for when it was her picture day. Like they won time of her dance class that she actually like really needed to have the shoes. And there's a Target right next to her dance studio. So I, on a wing and a prayer, went in, and luckily they had the ballet and tap shoes in her size. So
incredible.
I was kind of thankful for Target on that day. But that's the only time that I've like bought stuff there in the past year. And it was like hard at first, right? You're giving something up, and it's like, oh, you know, used to stroll Target with a Starbucks. Like that's what stay-at-home moms would do during the day. But now, that day was recent with the dance shoes. I'm telling you, the spirit in that store is off. And that was before any of the Pride stuff. Just you walk in. Yeah, we don't need to get into everything wrong with that store. But I'm telling you, I felt in my spirit like, what is happening in here? Creepy. And if you don't know what else is going on, then you must live under a rock or be a liberal.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. If you're a liberal listening to the show, more power to you.
Good for you.
Applause.
Hearing some other perspectives.
Yes.
No, but that's the thing, because I've gotten messages from people who have asked me like, oh, are you going to boycott Disney? Whenever Disney, you know, it's kind of a cycle, right? Like Target's in the news, Bud Light was in the news, you know, whoever will be in the news next, right? Like the wheels will keep on turning. So whenever it's Disney's turn, I get like a message like, oh, are you going to boycott Disney? And the answer is no, we're not, because we enjoy that as a family. Knock on wood, for now, the parks do not have so much in your face. Like there are some things, but we just kind of like, forget about, you know, signage or whatever that they might have up. And we enjoy it. It's great family time for us. I will say on the food aspect, I like Disney because they have allergy friendly options that are easy, and like with our family's restrictions, I value that. You may have certain things about Target. Maybe Target is the store that is the only store that sells one of your favorite things, and so you're just not going to boycott Target. Then that's your choice. You know, maybe if you live in literally any other state or any other town, it's easier to boycott Disney, right? Because it's not there. It's not in your backyard. You don't hear the fireworks every night from your house. So it's up to each individual person. Like I said, Amazon's not good. Walmart's not good. Target's not good. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld is okay. Actually, SeaWorld's a pretty good company.
Which is hilarious because now, as you say that,
they used to be Anheuser-Busch.
Well, yeah, but they're owned by Ambev. I'm not a beer drinker, but those are the people who own Anheuser-Busch, who own SeaWorld. So all of that actually, is still the same.
Yeah, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a big corporation, a big name, they literally, you can look into it. There's some score. I forget what the score is called now.
Social score or something like that.
Yeah, it's like the CSI score or something like that.
Well, it's the same thing as there's environmental scores now too, like that. And what this is, and I'm not sure if this is the same with the social, it probably is, but certain hedge funds and big investment firms they get incentivized to invest, or like they have rules and policies that don't allow them to invest, or a certain percentage of the portfolio needs to be in certain types of businesses with these certain certifications. This all sounds corrupt, which it totally is. But like, that's why, like for the energy things, like Disney, you have to meet certainly energy requirements in order for hedge funds and stuff to invest in you. So they're going to try to meet all of these different things.
And they're not
to get that investment.
They're like, if you dig into them, they're not real. They're not helping the environment in any way. It's all a fraud.
Oh,
just
yeah,
like all the social justice stuff is a fraud. So it's yeah, it's all a fraud. It's all corruption, whatever. But that's what they care about. They're trying to get these scores, and that's why every single brand does the same exact stuff. Like there's a reason why they do the same stuff, even though half or more of their customers are saying, we're going to boycott you if you keep doing this. And they're sitting there thinking, good luck. Try. Where are you going to buy Pampers from? Because Pampers is one of those companies too. You know, like you literally, you can't live in the normal world and boycott everything. So just to say, like, I have no judgment or thought on people if they still shop at Target. I would say if you could just, for the month of June at least, and now they're pushing it into May, you know, see if you can minimize. And
don't get that Starbucks.
You don't have to do a full boycott if it's important to your family. For us, wasn't that important. after a while you realize, hey, I actually was just wasting a lot of money at Target. And so let's just cut that out.
Dollar Tree instead.
Yeah, now I love the Dollar Tree. Shopping hauls at the Dollar Tree, which, hey, I mean, what a freaking dream wife am I, right?
That's right. The $1.25 store. Yes.
Well,
no, for sure.
So that's that on that. Okay, you held your tongues. Oh, this one.
Uh-oh.
This one made me laugh. You held your tongues because you're so nice and sunny, but it's getting harder every day. I'm like, you think I hold my tongue? That's so sweet. No, I mean, in all honesty, I do, right? To a certain extent, especially, well, it depends on the setting in real life. Sometimes I go harder in real life. Sometimes I hold back even more in real life. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously hard to not just be able to fully blast it out there, with what we think. But I don't think that's really necessary either, to just share every single part and piece of your life online, which is funny because I feel like with most influencers, that's what people think is, oh, wow, you share so much online.
Yeah.
There's so much that doesn't get shared too. That's what people obviously you're not seeing, so you don't realize it's happening, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that you never see about. And so whatever is put out about us is obviously our choice. We're not to a level where anybody's finding out information about us and sharing that on our behalf. But
yeah, no, and it was, I think we've always looked for something to do together. And I think once we finally learned all of these things and started to build more of a community around us of like-minded people, and also people who spoke out more boldly than us, I think that inspired us to want to serve others and do something together and get the word out as we've learned more. So I think that's what's driven some of it too.
Yeah. Well, what's funny, I was talking to a newer friend, and she was like, oh, I thought you held back so much on your podcast. You should really, let it fly. And I was like, okay, you're obviously someone who knows me well in person because you think I hold back on the podcast. But then, most people are like, oh my gosh, you really went there. You really said that.
No, my friend too is saying like, you guys, I hope you guys go really deep into the stuff. Like, well, we'll get there. We got a lot of time.
We need a members only.
There you go.
Yeah. Like a little subscription to, if you want access to, our full.
Really dive in deep into the evils of this world.
Like something that happened this week, and you could have just held a microphone up to the other end of the phone, probably. I was ranting and raving.
Oh, yes. No, that's
got a few good rants on here, though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then I'm like, I don't want to post that. And he's like, post.
Oh, it's fun, though. That's why we're here.
Yes.
What's next?
Thanks for thinking we're nice and sunny. That's so sweet.
That is.
You guys weren't always low talks. Yeah.
Yes. We're not the same.
Yeah, we were.
Next question.
Literally the opposite.
No, and we've talked about it a little bit, but I'm pretty convinced that is what ultimately kind of led to my cancer, is all of the bad choices from food and things that happened during college. And you would look at us in college and not think that we made bad eating decisions. We did not look unhealthy.
Yeah.
Although if you probably held up pictures and really knew what you're looking for, we probably looked unhealthy.
We
weren't overweight
inflamed.
or anything. Yeah, we were more inflamed. But more subtly than, wow, you guys were really.
Yeah, because we worked out a lot. So that's why we can say with confidence, you cannot outwork a bad diet. It doesn't help.
Got to start with the diet, which is the harder. I feel like the harder, as hard as working out is, I feel like the diet is the harder thing to work.
I feel like that too. That's what makes me kind of mad, though, still, is that, we didn't go out and drink, or certainly didn't ever do any drugs or anything like that. We didn't eat right, but we did work out and, tried to do what just in general, I guess you would think of a healthy lifestyle.
Yep.
So
it is what it is.
There's a lot of factors too, other than just diet. I mean, I think that's a huge factor, but yeah, stress, environment. I mean, we lived in dorms. There was probably mold infestation out the wazoo.
Yeah. So we'll never know, but we are where we are now because that's what was God's will. And now we're here serving you guys with the truth that we have found and developed through our couple of years.
Facts. So this one we'll give a partial answer to.
Okay.
You didn't know
Post.
you didn't know about jabs when the girls were small. So I'll answer this one because I don't know what you're gonna say. No, we didn't. We didn't know anything about any jab until 2020.
Yep.
When all of that started happening, and even at first with that, didn't know about the other ones. So I don't like to talk about my kids and their personal health and medical history online. So that's all I want to say for that one.
Yep. We didn't know about it.
I guess I will say you should look into it as a mom.
Yes.
More than just whatever your doctor gives you.
Yep. Join our members only to learn.
Yeah. No, I mean,
call us on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. People have asked me questions on Instagram and I just say, here's my email. Let's chat there because I don't trust anything.
Crazy stuff.
Okay. You don't say everything you really want to. Yeah. There are things that I say to my friends that I don't say online.
There are some things we don't say to our friends either that we don't say.
Depends who it is, I guess.
Yeah, and I think there are certain things that are down the rabbit hole that people
you can't just
really
start off with, the cabal.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard?
Have you heard?
People are like, right. Oh yeah, but I know what you're thinking about.
You got to step into crazy.
Yeah.
Or honestly, you got to step into truth.
Yeah, it's truth, not crazy.
And once your bubble's bursted, you can start going down the rabbit hole deeper and deeper and deeper. So,
whoa, where is this analogy?
What? Oh, pop the bubble and go deeper and deeper down the hole. There you go.
It's a fun ride.
Let's keep the euphemisms going.
Anywho, no, basically is the truth. We don't say everything we want to. The honest truth is that it's not really our choice not to, right? I know an acquaintance who had her podcast removed from YouTube because she was talking about facts, and they don't like it, so they take it down. So you walk a fine line, you can only use so many code words before your audience is not even sure what you're talking about.
That's true.
So, it's some of it is our personal choice and some of it is in an attempt to not get booted off of certain platforms.
But I mean, if you start researching stuff or this inspires you to do stuff and you start seeing things and want to talk more about stuff that seems really crazy, we've probably come across it too and would love to talk to you about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've sent a lot of recommendations of resources on the topic that question was about to plenty of people. So I can point you in the direction of where to start with your research if you want to.
These are good.
Okay. There's one more. You hate being misunderstood online.
Oh, this one.
I hate being misunderstood
in general.
Not online too. Everywhere. I don't think anybody wants to be misunderstood. But yeah, it's really hard. And that's why for a long time, when I was a noob to getting hate, right? My whole influencing career, I used air quotes. I was listening to our podcast and I realized you can't always see my air quotes. So I need to, if you're not watching on YouTube. Air quotes influencing career. I never received any hate, because I was posting about clothes. What's somebody going to say? I don't like your outfit. Okay. But no. So once I first started getting pushback from people on topics, I wasted so much time going back and forth on DMs with people and trying to have them see what I'm saying, not even to convince them to believe what I'm saying necessarily, but just see what I'm saying. And I swear, I think people on the internet want to misunderstand and misconstrue, because I would DM these long DMs and they would pick out one thing that wasn't even the main point and say something about that. And it's that's not even what we're talking about, And so it just got exhausting and ridiculous, and to a place where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just not going to go back and forth. No matter what anybody says to me, I'm just going to say, okay. So if you want to just disagree with me and tell me I'm wrong and, send me DMs about that kind of nonsense, I'm just going to say, okay. Sometimes I still fall into the trap, with stupid idiot men on YouTube shorts.
I was gonna say it does affect you, like when people
It does.
say this stuff. So yeah, if you want to, like, I think we talked about it before, like most of our shorts viewers are all men, and like all of our podcast listeners are practically female.
Yeah. And we're going to take a break from YouTube shorts for a while.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. But if you want to go see what some of those comments are, go check out our YouTube shorts on the channel.
The most baffling one was the one that I posted about makeup and how literally every comment was from a man. Like, I'm not talking to you. Yes. Thanks for sending in your assumptions. Hopefully this was kind of a fun episode, and I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun. But we'll have to do more of these where we have some user input. If you have other topics you want to talk about, put them down in the comments below or DM us or whatnot. But we appreciate you all. We love you all. And we look forward to talking to you every week.
Yep. See you guys next time.
Bye.